doubles on congas practice. We're going to do this at 100 beats per minute. I have a metronome on my right and I have my timer on my left. Sometimes I put them all within my timer using an app on my phone, but this time I'm going to use both here. And I got a blanket on my congas, and that's for my hearing protection, and I've gotten used to practicing this way. Okay, so but still, it's about each one sounding the same. These particular doubles are not palm fingers, so they're actually a double, more like what a stick would be. A hand is coming up. It's not a bounce because the hand doesn't naturally bounce. You have to train that. But it is a hit, come up a little bit, and then a hit again as opposed to a palm finger. So there's different ways to do doubles. There's this way. The way we're going to do this, I'm going to start on my right. You might start on your left, or start on whichever is your weak hand. It might be good. If you struggle with the speed, then start on your stronger hand. In another video. All right, we're going to use when one is up, the other one is down. And so we're going to use a lot of this motion here, a mixture of wrist and a little bit of the arm. So you should be nice and relaxed in here. All right, so let's start our metronome. Okay, and then we're going to start our timer. 2, 1. Playing 16th notes, okay? So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So it's a double on each one. So really that's a total of 4 notes then per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, okay? Or pepperoni. Pepperoni, 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 pepperoni. Each one of those syllables is a 16th note, right? Pepperoni. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now, when you're practicing, don't forget to breathe. It helps with staying relaxed and endurance and stamina. So these are one of the ways that I practice. One of my structured ways of practicing. Because there's different versions of practice. There's different ways to practice. I have my metronome and my timer are working as my trainers. My metronome keeps me locked into a certain tempo, working on timing, right? My timer makes sure I get the work done, okay? So it's like having a trainer built in. Without the timer, it's easy to cheat yourself and to believe that you're working towards a certain amount of time when you might not be. And then as you're practicing through the days, weeks, months, and years, you may not really know fully how much you've been putting in, how much time. And that's one of the X factors is consistency, right? Repetition. So if you're spending 2 hours in a studio, in the room, practice room, but in reality, only getting 5 minutes or 10 minutes of quality practice, you might get frustrated because you're like, wow, I've been spending 2 hours in practice, when in reality, it was only 5 minutes per each one, because you do a little bit here, do a little bit there, do a little bit here and there. So this is a good way to have some accountability. When I started doing things like this, it's when I really started to grow. For those of you that do not practice, that haven't taken formal lessons or private lessons, or didn't go to school for this, this is just some insight. These are similar things that those that get music performance or percussion degrees, those that go to school, college for this, those that are in a good marching band program at school, maybe using sticks might do, those that take lessons, traditional style drum set lessons, or even conga lessons in a more contemporary classical form. It's a lot of times what happens goes down. Not necessarily this exact practice, but in a structure that's somewhat related to this, similar. And if you're watching this video and are like, man, I love this video, but I'd rather have it where he was just not saying anything or what have you, let me know. Just comment below how we can make these practice sessions better. I think I will do some where I'm just playing and you play along with me. I'm not saying anything, but you can also just mute the volume and just use this as a time marker. When the video's over, you got your 5 minutes in. Remember to breathe. Sometimes we get a little tense or we get in a mode of concentration. We start taking more shallow breaths. And you want to remember to breathe. Take a deep breath every now and then. We should be a little more than halfway at this point. A great way to not expend too much energy is to manage how you're breathing. And there's our timer. Boom. So now we know that we got 5 full minutes in. Our timer kept us accountable to the amount of work that we needed to put in, and our metronome was making sure that we stayed locked in to some type of template. If this video is helping you, you're enjoying this, you're getting anything out of it, it's actually a part of a larger online course that I have. I have a course of about 40 or 50 videos from congas and bongos to music theory to different rudiments that you can play on congas, including other instruments as well. So I have a whole section in this upcoming online percussion course, Percussion 101, the way of percussion. I have a whole section just on playing congas where I talk about these different techniques and styles. So if you want more, check out my online course at williamjohnsonmusic.com. I have a link to my website, or I have a link down below where you can join the email newsletter, and then you'll find out, you'll know exactly when the course comes out, including a really nice discount on the online course. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and may the Lord bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you, and I'll see you soon.